How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the Montpellier career mode. This is episode number 46 and it is the last episode of this career mode, for now at least. We may come back and try and win the Champions League with this team, because I think we probably, next season, if we were to play on, we'd probably win the Champions League. But I've just found that I've probably hit a point where I've achieved everything I've wanted to achieve. You know, my main aim for this career mode was to win the league title. Go back to when they won it back in, I think I got it wrong in the last video, back in the 2011-2012 season, and they lifted the league title. So I wanted to go back to then and try and bring back some players if they were still around to lift the league title, and we have done that. And I'm so happy that we've managed to do that in 3 seasons. I think it's pretty fun. It's been pretty fantastic. So we're heading into the final game of this career mode and of this season. It is in the Coupe Nationale against Paris Saint-Germain. Now, I'll go through the squad reports and things like that at the end of this game as well. So we'll have like a proper roundup of the career mode. I think I've pretty much selected the team. It's going to be, as you see there. I don't think there's anybody that's missing apart from Captain Stambouli and Clement Michelin as well, who's actually gone down a rating, which is real annoying. It's such a shame. He's not really been as good as I expected, but we'll go into that a bit later on. I think this is going to be the team, same bench. It's pretty much the team we finished the season with. I've been quite happily using the same team over and over again. So yeah, let's just head into the game and try and lift one more trophy. Here is PSG's lineup. They're going to play a 4-2-4 because of course they are. Keylor Navas in goal. You've got Marquinhos, Alexandro there, I can see, Barella and Lo Celso. Chiesa, I don't know who Becca is, but Mbappe and Lacazette there. No Neymar, interestingly enough. I'm going to assume he's injured, or if he's on the bench, then an interesting choice. But I'm just going to get started and hopefully pick up the win. Dagba plays it into Lacazette. That's a great goal. Absolutely fantastic goal really by them. Poor from me, I wasn't really paying attention to the run there. Lacazette gets himself on the score sheet and gets PSG an early goal in this cup final. That is not a great start from us. Can't get past Kouassi, who wins it back quickly and actually can play a lovely ball into Yari Bashar. They push far too many men forward, and I think PSG are going to concede a goal. They are. Yari Bashar picks up an equaliser. It's not been that long since they scored, but that is really poor defending from PSG. They push too many men forward, and that is the problem with them playing a 4-2-4. They leave themselves wide open at the back for counter-attacks, and that is exactly what we do best. Straight in. We won it there, and we just lost it straight away. And same there with Zagadou. He wins the ball back, but bounces straight back to the man. Lacazette now. We win it back with Zagadou. But it's back to Mbappe, and that's going to be a goal, isn't it, before half-time. I can't believe that series of events that just happened. I think we must have tackled the PSG players about 3 or 4 times there, and it just kept on going back to them. Can't believe that. Oh, that's really frustrating. Mbappe scores. PSG are back in front. Like, look at that. We win it back with, I think it was Zagadou, and then we still get it with Shotar, and then they win it back again. Oh, that's so frustrating. Probably deserved from PSG, but it's very, very frustrating from our end. Right, kick-off into the second half. The stats weren't really worth showing. It's just been the chances you've seen, which are the 2 goals for PSG and the 1 goal for me. So hopefully, a little bit of a better performance in the second half. Break here, Bashar and Delors plays in Gaëtan Laborde. He's got Bashar arriving just behind him, who can play him into the space. And while there's absolutely no way Navas was in any sort of position to save that, Yari Bashar has picked up a brace and gotten us back into this game again for the second time, and that is a lovely bit of play from the players. Lovely play. Gaëtan Laborde, great hold-up play, wasn't really going anywhere, but knew there would be some players running in behind him. Bashar as well. We're back in this game. We have scored a lot from corners this season, and it's no different. It's the usual stuff. Ball played in, and who's there to head it in? Well, it's Andy Delors or Laborde. It depends who's on the pitch at the time. But Andy Delors at that front post this time, and there's no stopping that. What a ball in this is by Bashar, and he plays exactly where Delors wants it. Delors brings out the man, and well, there's no stopping that once he's got his head on that. And Mbappe switches off. He's not even interested. Alexandro and Paredes aren't interested either. Can play it into Dennis Mann. Into Delors. We can get it into Bashar on edge of the area. And that is top corner. I didn't even think that was actually going in. Yari Bashar puts the final nail in the coffin for PSG. And that is going to be the end of this game. Unless they can score 3 goals or even 2 goals to just get it to extra time in the next 3 minutes. Lovely play. Dennis Mann into Delors, who finds Yari Bashar, who gets himself a hat-trick in the final. Well, Andy Delors is not the club captain, but he is the captain who's been on the pitch for the last few games, really, last couple of games. And he is going to lift this cup. It would be Stambouli. He's there in spirit, or probably there in real life as well. But it is going to be Andy Delors to lift this, as we lift the second trophy. Well, actually, no, we actually won the 2 pre-season cups. We won the Super Cup, and we won the Super Cup in France as well. So the European one and the national one. So this is our 4th trophy we've lifted this season. We've done the quadruple. Probably not. We've done the double, really. We've done the league double. We've done the league and the League Cup. Absolutely fantastic. And these players have deserved every bit of praise. It's been absolutely fantastic this season. What a way to finish off this career mode with a double. I'm so happy, honestly. And the fact that it's that man there that's lifting the trophy just shows he's been probably the best player of this career mode and absolute legend in my eyes. What a fantastic player he's been. In case people are interested in the match stats, we didn't dominate the game. PSG had a lot of possession, but overall I think it was our really good counter-attack that actually broke down PSG. They had some chances, but really I think we were the better team. We definitely deserved to win this one. Well, that is it. That is the end of the season and the end of this career mode for now. I'll put a little like a little asterisk for now. If I want to come back towards the end of FIFA 21 and just finish off this career mode by just doing the Champions League games and seeing how many seasons it would take me to win the Champions League, I may do that. But for now, I think it's a good time to just stop it and maybe start a new career mode. We'll go through some of the things, obviously in the league, well, not the top scorers. I was actually going to go through the league first. You can see where we finished, top of the league. Fantastic season from us. A little bit disappointed that it maybe came down to the last game of the season, because we probably should have put it to bed a bit sooner. But realistically, we already knew that we'd pretty much done our best, and we were going to win the league no matter what, because we had some fairly easy games just to get through. So I was okay with that. You can see who got relegated. Lens and Lorient were both relegated, and Dijon actually won the playoff final. So they will be staying in the league. Couldn't quite get through that one. We go to the Champions League winners, and it was Juventus. They beat Bayern in a 2-0 final. It was really quite decisive from Juventus. They won that quite comfortably. And in the Europa League, it was actually 2 sides that were dropped out from the Champions League. They both went through to the final of the Europa League, and it was Dortmund that won it in that. So they'll be still in the Champions League after winning that. But I think actually they won. They came second in their league, so I think they were okay. In the Premier League, the winners was actually Liverpool. So we beat the league winners in the Champions League. That's definitely something we can put our name to. Maybe they won because they had no European football to concentrate on. Maybe that. And getting relegated, I imagine it was probably Brentford, Southampton and West Brom. Interesting. Okay. A championship, if people are interested. Burnley, Leeds, both promoted automatically in between those 4 clubs there. And in Ligue 2, the 2 teams coming up would be Amiens and Toulouse. So that's quite interesting. 2 teams got relegated. And in the Bundesliga, it was actually Red Bull Leipzig that won the league by 10 points as well. It wasn't by a close margin. Bayern finished 3rd by quite some way. That is a very interesting league season. I think Juventus won in the Serie A by a ridiculous margin. And always check in Scotland, because you always have to. It was actually Celtic that beat Rangers. Interesting. And the final one is in La Liga. It was Barcelona that won by quite some way as well. Real Madrid way off the pace. And Atletico Madrid another 4 points off Real Madrid. So a lot of the teams, when they're winning the league, they're winning it comfortably, which is quite interesting. Now to the squad hub, I think. I'm not sure if I'm going to take through every single player. Maybe I will. I was actually just going to go through the main stats first. Obviously, our top scorers were Delors and Laborde. I think it's a no-brainer there. I actually did some calculations to see, because I know that the top scorer at Montpellier in all-time history, the top appearances is like 700, so I don't think we're going to beat that. I know Hilton was close. I think, actually, no, Hilton was like 400 appearances, something like that. But I know none of these players are going to beat that. But the top goal scorer, it's actually only 84 with Laurent Blanc, and I'm not entirely sure. I think his league goals were in the 70s. I think in total, Laurent Blanc has got the most goals in all comps with 84 goals. So obviously Delors wins that no matter what, because he scored 51 goals this season. So all he had to do was just get 10 goals in the other seasons, basically, and he'd won it, because he's played another 2 seasons with Montpellier before this career mode. And I calculated all of the real life ones, and I also did just the career mode ones. So if you wanted to know, Andy Delors in all competitions in this career mode has played 129, made 129 appearances, 93 goals, and 61 assists. I didn't realise this, but in every single season, in all competitions, he got 20 goals and 20 assists as a minimum. I don't know if that has to be some record in Liga, or maybe in world football, because that is an insane goal scoring record. If that doesn't make him one of the most prolific, or just one of the most amazing goal scorers in the world in this career mode, surely it has to put him at the top of the list, or somewhere in that list. He's been absolutely incredible. Maybe he'd get a Ballon d'Or. I didn't actually see who won the Ballon d'Or, but incredible, an incredible season for him. If you add in his real life performances, he's got 198 appearances for the club with 119 goals and 71 assists. That does make him the top goal scorer at the club, which is fantastic. In second place, it would be Gaëtan Laborde, as even with the when you add in his all-time appearances in the career mode and his real life ones, he'd have 187 appearances of all time, 87 goals and 50 assists. So these two have no doubt been the greatest players in Montpellier's history, in the sense that they've scored the most goals. They've not made the most appearances. I imagine they're definitely in that Hall of Fame era, because they've scored so many goals and assisted so many goals as well, that they've just been absolutely incredible. So that's some fun facts there. They're both at the top of the list for all-time goal scorers. Other top goal scorers, Dennis Mann has to make it in there. He's been absolutely fantastic. If we were to continue this career mode for another 5 years, I imagine he would probably beat Andy Delors. He's been really prolific, even in the very few games he's played. And actually as well, I may have said maybe the last 2 seasons that we've been carried by Delors and Laborde's goals. This season, no way. Yes, okay, Delors scored 54 goals, and he's way ahead, right? But if you look at just the spread of goals, this team scored quite a few, just all round. And you can see Vachar 14 goals, 20 assists in all 19 assists in all competitions. It's annoying that they include the friendlies in these in the stats. I don't know why they do that. Gareth Bale, 13 goals, 16 assists. He's gone down to 79 rated, which is just crazy. But he's been incredible. What a free signing he's been. And then when we go down, it maybe tapers off a little bit in terms of goals. And when we look at assists, Laborde tops the chart with 22, then Vachar and then Delors. But then we go down, and it's actually Chotard with 17 assists in all competitions. Gareth Bale, then Tavares with 11. I said, and I made a point, we wanted to bring in wing-backs that were going to get more assists this season. And we did. Tavares with 10 assists this season and 9 assists this season in the league, and 3 goals. So he was a really, really good signing, I think. He's really proved his weight in gold. Belander has got 9 assists this season. From only being signed in the January transfer window, I couldn't have asked for more from him. He's been really good in the games that he's played. Was it in the... No, sorry, it was in the... That's in the entirety of the season, isn't it? My bad. And then also Cucurella has got himself 5 assists in all competitions with 1 goal. Not as much as I was expecting, but still not too bad. Even Michelin's contributed with 3, which I was okay with. And then again, it just tapers off to just a couple of assists here and there. Koza, again, disappointing. And that's why I brought in Cucurella, because he just wasn't providing enough assists for me. To be fair to him, he's played a few games at centre-back as well. So he's been used right across that back line at left wing-back, centre-back and right wing-back towards the end of the season. Other than that, a couple of players to mention, maybe Jeremy Bella. 3 goals, 2 assists in 7 appearances. He was actually really good in the very few games he got, and probably would be a little bit disappointed with his game time. And just a couple of other players. I think Blake Stewart has been a standout youth player when he's played in this game, in this team. He's been absolutely fantastic. And then I'll just for my own sake, I'll take you through just all of the players rather quickly. I'll probably should say Omlin was playing for a majority of the first half of the season, so Lloris picked up and actually did quite well. 7 assists in the league, 9 in total. He's been pretty good. I think goalkeeper ratings were a little bit broken this year, so maybe take it with a pinch of salt. Because if they don't have any shots to save, they just get a 6 rating. So it's a little bit unfair on them. But in total, we've had a really good return from a lot of these players. Lots and lots of players racking up 30 plus appearances for the club this season. Some of them even getting into the 40s. You got Zagadou, Stambouli before he was injured. I was a little bit disappointed with Sarr. He started off slowly and got a little bit better towards the end. And when I look at some other players, it's such a shame that Clement Michelin picked up an injury. It meant we were without a right wing back for a good chunk of the end of the season, which is a real shame. Lots of young players didn't really get many chances this season, which is a shame. And it is a real problem in career mode. If you don't play them, they lose all their potential, basically. So it's a problem having to call them up and then not being able to loan them out, which was my main issue. So yeah, that was another problem, and that is pretty much all of the players. I think we then get to these loan players that have grown by quite some way, which is nice to see. I won't take you through development because you actually can't see you can't see how much they've grown by, which I sort of wish that they put back in, being able to see what stats have grown this season. But in the end, that is the sort of overview of the players. I honestly am so happy with the squad we've built and the money we've spent. We've not sort of splurged on huge players. Yes, okay, Cucurella and Zagadou, I think this season were signed for huge amounts, 40, 50 million. I think I can actually check our transfer history. We did sign some players for some big money this season, right? Yeah, 55 million there and 40 million. But, we made money by selling Denia, by selling Les Melu and players like Omlin and Molle. So I'm not disappointed that we spent a lot of money. I think we spent upwards of 100 million this season, but we've made quite a lot of money, as well as the Alderete deal that's not included in this. So I'm really happy with how I've managed the finances in this save and how I've not just gone out and signed the obvious players. I'm really happy with what I've done. So yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon with what I've achieved with this Montpellier side, and the storyline I've created. They're not exactly a huge club in real life. They're maybe a mid-table side at best, and the fact that they won the league 10 years ago shows that they haven't won it again, obviously, and they've not really been able to keep the players that they won the league with. The likes of Giroud leaving and Stambouli, Belanda when he was playing at his absolute best. But I'm just so happy with what I've created at Montpellier, and you can see from the record, 163 games played, majority of them have been played. I would say maybe about 10 games have been simmed, maybe 15 games have been simmed. So we've played a good chunk of the games in this career mode. 101 wins, 30 draws and 32 losses, scoring 344 goals and 190 conceded. So I'm so happy with this Montpellier side. And yeah, that is going to be the end of the episode. I don't think there's anything else I need to go through. The board expectations, they just take care of themselves. I'd take you through the youth academy. We're not going to really see them. There's loads of really good young talents. That Theo Fontana, if we'd continued, he'd been like an absolute world star. He'd be a world beater. He'd be absolutely fantastic. But he's not going to see the light of day, and most of the young players aren't going to see the light of day at this club. But yeah, that is the end of the episode and the end of the career mode, really. I'm starting a new career mode, and that'll probably start on Monday, because this is hopefully going out on Friday. I might put out like a small video to explain the premise of the video, the premise of the series that I'm going to start. I might not. I haven't really decided if I'm just going to start on Monday and just start with the first episode of the career mode. But other than that, that is going to be the end of the episode and the end of the career mode. I do hope people have enjoyed watching this. How long have I rambled on for? Only 13 minutes. That's not too bad from me. I do hope you enjoy watching though. Do leave a like if you enjoyed this career mode, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you for the next career mode very soon. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.